Hey everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today we're gonna tackle the dreaded baby neck hairs. The baby neck hairs, whether it's for a ponytail or a bun, we all know them. Maybe your hair is too short to get up to that high ponytail and it falls out, like mine. Maybe you have some breakage and that hair just likes to kind of come out and create a little design back here. Either way, I came up with 8 different solutions that you can try. Some of them turn the neck hairs into a whole hairstyle, so you basically have all the options. Obviously, my goal here on Kayley Melissa is to help you love your hair and have fun styling it. So I hope this is one way to help you have more fun with your high ponytails. I've been trying to wear them more now that my hair is longer. So I personally have been doing a lot of this. Whatever your situation is, I hope this helps. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button to help support the channel. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and join the Braidaholic family here on Kayley Melissa so you can learn some cool new hair stuff. All that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, let's take an easy trick you probably already know of and just make it a little bit more functional, okay? We're gonna talk about how to make a headband really work for you at hiding the baby neck hairs. First, you put your hair up. Alrighty, I'm gonna just let some baby hairs be down. Let's get the hair out of the way so I can show you my grand plan. So what you're gonna do is pull down the baby hair. Actually try to make it come out. Run your hand backwards and get off as much as you can. All right, now that we have all of this out, and my goodness is it a lot, and do a quick little hairspray and smooth. It's an optional step, I just think it will help. And now here's the magic. We're gonna take the little baby hairs, we're gonna twist them and wrap them into the tiniest of buns and secure it with a snap clip. Then the headband is gonna go over top of that. Bobby pins are also an option for this. I just thought the snap clip was like just the easiest, fastest option. And there you go. No more baby hairs, and it's just adding in the tiniest of buns and a snap clip. And you're not gonna have any baby hairs hanging out, and you're also not gonna have the baby hairs that have like loosed and fallen back over the headband and just like the most unwanted and awkward waterfall of hair. It keeps everything exactly where you want it. All right, let's talk about how to really sleek down the hair. So no accessories, no braids. How do you sleek it down and get it to stay there? I'm glad you asked. So first things first, you're gonna be putting your hair up. I think it's good to use a hairbrush that's just kind of your standard brush. This one's a Kristen S detangling brush. You know, something with long bristles, something that can just generally direct your hair where you're trying to get it. Also gets tangles out in the process. And then go in with something that's going to get every little hair. An option for that could be a fine-toothed comb. This one's actually a teasing comb, but you get the idea. Or a boar bristle / faux boar bristle brush, because these get every single little hair into place. So this is a Kristen S blow drying brush. It is not necessarily meant to be used against the scalp, so it's a tiny bit scratchy, but I'll link some other boar and faux boar bristle brushes that you could use for this in the description box. Basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be brushing my hair up and into the ponytail at the nape of my neck, and as I do that I'm going to be twisting the brush to really like pull the hair up and into place. You can also do the same thing with a fine-tooth comb. You're going to push the teeth in and then use the back of the comb as you go up to help pull the hair up and into place. It can help to go ahead and spray your hair with a little bit of hairspray in this process because it gives the hair a little bit more memory and keeps it from popping back out. Another thing you could do is to grab some styling gel. I've got the old trusted Eco Styling Gel here. You could put that in your hair first and then do all the little combing. That would be especially good for thicker or textured hair. But now that I've got it to this point, I'm gonna go ahead and secure it with an elastic. BRB, gonna go fill in my hairline. Now that I've filled in my hairline, I feel a little bit less exposed. Let's talk about what you can do next. I'm gonna put my hair in a bun for demonstration purposes. Use a cute little clip to hold that in place. So now you can already see some of this is coming back out. So I'm gonna show you on one side with hairspray and on one side with gel. I did learn this from watching a lot of women of color, especially Black women, style their baby hairs, and so this is definitely not something that I've come up with. Just wanna be real clear on that, but I do think it can be super duper helpful for all of us with baby hairs. Okay, so on the one side, with your hairspray, you're going to spray and then immediately go in with your fine-tooth comb or your boar bristle, and you're gonna be grazing over the top. You don't necessarily wanna get in there, because if you do, you can disrupt things and it might not look as good. So gently use it to just things back into place. Then you take a hairdryer and you use the heat and the airflow to bake the hairspray into place. This one's more of like a celebrity hairstylist trick, I think, is where I learned this one from. And they do this for red carpets and concerts, and if it can last through red carpets and concerts, it should be able to last through normal life too. So you guys can't feel this, but I can, and this feels like it is not going anywhere. And I can run my hand backwards over it, and it loosens a few hairs, but not many. Like, that is there to stay. You know, you can compare the two sides. We've got the baby hair side versus the sprayed and set side, and it is night and day. Another way is to use a styling gel. I've been trying out Eco because I've been hearing very good things about it. And you take a really decent dollop of that, and you're gonna use it to direct the hair in the direction you want it to go. In this case, I want this hair to go up. So literally just like it on. And I've gotta say, I have tried the hair dryer method with Eco, but the only downside I've had is that sometimes some of the little hairs will kind of come free and start blowing around in the wind, and then you lose your set. So I've actually taken to wrapping my hair, and I cannot claim this technique, this idea. This has existed for hundreds of years before me and will after me. You're gonna take a bandana, a scarf, whatever you've got, and get it nice and flat against the back of your head. Wrap it up nice and tight. You could also do the very same thing for your front hairline, and this would help set that as well. And then I could tie it up in the front. I'm just gonna tie it in the back because I can do a little better. And you're gonna leave that there while the gel dries. And then once the gel dries, we can take it off, see how it looks. Okie dokie, took a little break. You know, this would be a good time to like do makeup or something at home. Gonna take this off. Gonna make sure I kind of slide it off in the direction of the hair, and whoof! I've gotta say the Eco side feels a lot more like touchable and like real hair than the hairspray side. Do with that information what you will. And there you go, that is one way to really get these sleeked into place and not going anywhere. And it was honestly very quick and easy. Like, I used an extra brush or comb to really get everything sleek, and then you can either do the hairspray and hair dryer or the gel and the scarf, and you're ready to go. And it is definitely not going anywhere. Now, for another very, very easy peasy one, let's talk about clips, because this has been one of the best trends to come about for people who need to hide the neck baby hairs. How many times can I say neck baby hairs in this video like it's a real thing? I have no idea what to call them. If you have better names, leave it in the comments, please. I need it. First things first, we're gonna put that hair up. You can do a little bit more of a sleek pony for this one. I'll spray these guys. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna put my hair in a bun so you can see this trick really well. Alright, so now let's do the same thing where we loose all the baby neck hair. And I'm gonna do the same thing where I hold the baby hairs. Spray and smooth. Now, let's take care of these guys with some clips. Option number one, snap clips. You're just gonna smooth the hair up and in place. I had to tuck my ends just underneath the bun, and then I clipped 2 snap clips in the back. You could always do more if you want. And then I noticed these little baby guys still sticking out. So I went back in with my hairspray and reaffixed the bottom clip to make sure they were taken care of as well. That's a really minimal, easy way to wear it. I mean, obviously those snap clips were like a similar color to my hair. You could always do ones that are louder. I feel like that's super good for workouts. If you wanted it to be a little bit more blingy or have some more look to it, you could always go with some bobby pins maybe. These are really cute because they go from largest to smallest. So I'm gonna start with the biggest at the bottom. And they're just little bobby pins, so you just bobby pin the hair in place. Or you could strike a happy medium and use some of these little resin clips that have been super popular. And if the baby hairs are shorter and they don't reach to the bun to hide, I would just say that you always wanna make sure that you're clipping at the top of that little baby hair section and then doing any additional clips under and over that as you want. And now on to the bubble pony. Now this one is fun because it makes a hairstyle around fixing the baby hairs, but it doesn't require you to have any extra braiding skill. You're just gonna want some small elastics. I'm gonna use these brown ones today because I'm gonna leave them visible. You could always wrap some hair around the elastic if you wanted to be fancy. So the idea is that you're gonna flip your head over and you're gonna make several little ponytails one after another, leading up to where you want your real ponytail to sit. I'm going for about 3 or 4, and then once I have just enough room to set my ponytail, I'm gonna flip my head back up. Oh, you know, one other little thing I remembered while I was doing that, you wanna place those ponytails closer together than you think you need to, because you're gonna run out of real estate way faster than you think you're going to. At least, that is what always happens to me. And now, we pull all of the hair, including the last little ponytail from our bubbles, up to where we want the ponytail to sit. Grab a little hairbrush. My hair is going straight into a ponytail now. It's like, yeah, we know the drill. And secure it with an elastic. Now, of course, this would be very cute with a ponytail, obviously. I'm just gonna do an oldie but a goodie. I back comb this hair, get her fluffy, and wrap it into a bun. Making the most with the least amount of hair. Now, I hope you guys know, you don't have to have my length of hair for this to be valuable, right? Like, you can do this for really breakagey long hair. You could do this for really, really short hair and you want to be able to put it up. Like, you have the power here. My hair is just one example of what this can look like. And you know, if you recreate it, feel free to tag me on Instagram or Twitter or wherever. I'd love to see. They're pretty even. You can always kind of slide them around if you need to. And then to create the bubbles, we're gonna pull the hair in between the elastics apart. I'm also gonna pull these guys apart really quick just to get rid of the little lines. And there's a quick little way to contain all of the baby hairs quickly with no braiding skills. Now, this next one contains braids, but it's still easy. Let me show you. First, you're gonna section out the baby hair zone. Admittedly, this one does work better if your hair can reach or almost reach where you're trying to put your ponytail. You're gonna take the section of hair where your baby hair is and some hair that's just a little bit longer. So if you have breakage hair, you're gonna section out this area. If you have shorter hair, you're just gonna take the bottom area of your hair, hold it up. If it can make it up to your ponytail, that section's good enough. If not, you might want to let down just a little bit more hair. We're gonna leave that down and everything else goes up into a ponytail. Okay, for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to wrap this hair up into a little bun to get it out of the way. Don't have to do that. All right, and now we're gonna make little micro braids with these. You're gonna split this in half, and what you're gonna do is take a section from one side. This is gonna be going diagonally across the back of your head. You're gonna brush it up in the direction it's gonna go, and you're gonna braid it up that direction at the beginning. That way it sits nicely when we're all done. Alrighty, once you've got it started, you can take it back down, give your arms a break, braid the rest normally. If you've been around for a while, you might know which video this hairstyle originated in, and if you do, leave it in the comments down below. Gonna secure this with an elastic and then repeat the same thing on the other side. Also, if it makes it easier for you, you can flip your head upside down to do the first part of the braids. That way gravity is working with you and not against you. Okay, so yes, the steps were technically correct, but I started off center and I did it too tight. So I'm gonna do a little bit looser at the base and actually split it down the middle this time and come right back. Alrighty, now we're gonna crisscross these and pin them as close to the bun as we can, slash the ponytail. If it's scalpy, you can use your fingernails against it to check. You can also loosen up this stuff a little bit if you want. Alrighty, it looks a little funny now, but the goal at this point is to cover up where we've pinned the braids in. So if you're doing a ponytail, you would probably try to get it a little closer to the elastic than I did, but I was planning on doing a bun. So what I'm gonna do, take this little friend back out, make a slightly bigger bun. So this is an old school cotton candy bun. My hair is very much doing what it wants to do today, so I'm just going along with it and saying, okay, just trying to make a hairstyle. I'm gonna take a little scrunchie, put it over the base. All right, I have to readjust these bobby pins just a little bit. Okay, next let's talk about the two-step ponytail. The reason to do this, first of all, it's actually better for your hairline, puts a little bit less weight on it, but second of all, it gives you the chance to really deal with your baby hairs. So if you want to do some hairspray or gel, you have a little bit more room to do that. For this one, I'm going to do a little bit more of a mid ponytail just to change things up. So to do the two-step ponytail, you're going to start with the top section. You're going to go from over your ears to wherever you want the ponytail to sit, et voila, and clip that up and out of the way. Now you get to spend all of your energy making the bottom section of hair perfect. So there's no trading off trying to get all the little bumps out of the top and get the back totally smooth and like having hair fall out of your hands the whole time. No, we're just dealing with this one right now. I'm gonna grab that Kristen S brush. We're gonna brush everything up and into place. As I'm doing that, I'm twisting the brush to really get every little hair. This also gives you a chance for some hairspray in the back if you want it. A little bit of gel, a little hair dryer action. Whatever you want. And when everything is feeling so taken care of, so secure, you can secure it with an elastic. It's also a nice little chance now that you've got the bottom in, you can go in and do some more hairspray if you need. Add some clips if you want. Do whatever you want. You only have to deal with the back of the hair right now. She is solid. Now, you can take down the top and you can do whatever you want. If you're trying to slick stuff back, now you can focus your energy on slicking this back. If you want to make it look a really particular way, you can focus all your energy on that. It also helps maintain a little bit more volume on top because there's just not as much pressure being put on it. Ooh, I need to get my color done. I'm just gonna go ahead and let these little pieces down. This gives you that time to do it. Then once you have everything where you want, you take another hair elastic and you put it around the top hair and the bottom hair elastic. This also makes the base of your ponytail look thicker. So overall, you have more volume, you have more control over these baby hairs, and there's no pressure on my hairline right now. So it's overall a really nice way to do things. Once you get into the swing of it, it'll take you no time, and oof, so much better. Alrighty, and that's our cutie little ponytail. She is doing just her own thing today. I've tried to restyle her. She said no. So let's just do it into a cutie little bun and call it a day. Yeah. At least this way you can see the nape of the neck better. Okay, just for a quick sec, this is the vibe I'm getting from this little bun. And that is the two-step ponytail method. You can do it for ponytails or for buns. It can be a really nice way to give you some extra control over those neck hairs. And you can add it into our other little tricks like the headband, the clips, the gel. It just gives you a little bit more control. So this is a fun one to do on its own or to mix in with others. So number 7 and number 8 are kind of playing off of similar ideas. You'll see what I mean. For number 7, let's move on to doing a little bit more braiding. Now we all know the beautiful Dutch braid that goes up the back. There's sectioning involved, all of that. We're actually gonna do that next. But first, let's do the slightly easier version of it, and that is the French braid. Okay, so for this one, I'm not gonna bother sectioning. I'm gonna flip my head over and I'm gonna do a French braid incorporating those baby hairs. Now, if you have little hairs, or you know that your hair likes to have flyaways, maybe put a little bit of gel in it first before you start braiding it. And then once that hardens and makes a cast, you're gonna be good to go. So to do this, you're gonna be doing a French braid by flipping your hair upside down and French braiding from the nape of your neck to where you want your bun to sit. You wanna make sure that you're braiding a little tighter than you think you need to. You can always loosen it back up if that's the vibe that you want later, but doing the nice tight braid can really help to hold those baby hairs in place. Once you get your braid where you want your bun to sit, braid a couple more inches normally and hold your place with an elastic or a bobby pin. When you start out your braid, you want to make sure that you take little sections just to get those baby hairs really nice and secure, but then you can switch to larger sections if you want to go more quickly. If you do a little bit larger section, it's a little bit less secure, but it also makes it a little quicker. So as long as you do little sections at the beginning, you can get a little easier after. The cool thing about this whole securing your braid thing is now you have free hands to brush all of this into place. Makes it so much easier. Then once you have your hair where you want it, you can take your hair elastic and secure it in place. This is also effectively a two-step ponytail because you have the back half secured first and then you can work just on the front half. So if you have a lot of hair or you find that the whole two-step method really helps you, this is kind of a way to have a little bit more fun with the first step. All right, let's do a kind of fake big bun with the scrunchie. Start by putting the scrunchie on. You could do this in place of your hair elastic if you had made the decision before you put the elastic in. Put the hair all around, grab another hair elastic, put it over the top, and then tuck the ends in. Now, obviously, you can do this with a ponytail. It would look really cute because you've got like the ponytail going and then it just kind of like peekaboos this braid. Or if you really want to show it off, keep your hair up and out of your face, bun life. So I've done a little bit of hairspray. I let it be a little bit more messy. I didn't go for the super sleek, but you could always do the spray and bake or gel and set method, whichever one you want. The final thing that I would say with this method is it might get a little scalpy on you. And by that, I just mean that you can see scalp through the braid. So you can see there's like a little scalp here. What you do is you go over the scalp and you grab this little bit of hair and just like loosen it until it covers. And there's a little bit up here too, so I'm just gonna. And you can even do those braid modifications like fixing any scalpy areas or pulling apart the braid before you even put it in the ponytail. That will give you the most control over everything. But obviously, you can do it once everything's done. And that's the fringe braid method. It is one of the easiest ways to braid the back of your head, and it looks super cool. And like, you put in all the extra time, which we love. Alrighty, now to number 8, one of the more difficult but also more rewarding ways to take care of the neck baby hairs, and that is the Dutch braid. Whew. Let's pull out the tips and tricks for this, okay? Let's make it as easy as possible. First things first, section. It is possible to do the Dutch braid just like we did the fringe braid without sectioning. I like it better sectioned. Personal preference. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go from kind of the outside of the baby hair zone, right here, and I'm gonna take that basically straight up to where I want the ponytail to sit. It's gonna be easier going down, so I'm gonna do this. Hey, let's clip this out of the way for a sec. Same thing on the other side. Ponytail position, outside of the baby hair zone, connect the dots. Now we're gonna do a little do-si-do with the hair tie. You're gonna grab the hair tie and secure this little section, which is gonna be our braid section. Take these guys out. And brush this up into a ponytail. Just gonna go ahead and get the first part of the ponytail done, you know? Right now, if you wanna deal with any baby hairs at the front, if you wanna make sure it's nice and sleek, if there's anything you wanna do, it's your time. And now I'm just gonna pull the hair tie off the section in the back and use it to secure the section on top. Boom, bam, baby. Now to keep this from getting in the way at all, let's just wrap it into a little bun. And I'm just gonna use a little scrunchie to hold it in place. Is it necessary to do all that prep work? No. Does it help? Yes. So now you can flip your hair over, and this section is exactly what you're braiding. So you don't have to worry about grabbing just the right hair from just the right place. It's already done for you. Like, the paint by numbers lines are drawn. And if you have a hard time manipulating the hair back here, if it's super slippery and it feels like it's falling out of your hands, grab some texturizing spray or some hairspray. Spray that section first. You could also grab a water bottle and put just the tiniest mist of water on it. That'll help make it a little bit more malleable and help it to stay a little bit better while you're braiding. At this point, I have enough texture in my hair that I should be good, but if it was like squeaky clean, freshly deep conditioning masked, you best believe I would be filling this up with dry shampoo, texturizing spray, and or hairspray. So now we're gonna flip the hair over, but we're gonna do a Dutch braid this time with the teeniest, tiniest sections you can. The tinier the sections, the better the finished braid looks. Once you get this down, you're gonna be able to do it so quick, and it's gonna look bomb. It's very, very nice to do this hairstyle sitting down. I like to think about stretching my neck while I do it. Maybe I'll put something cute to watch on my phone, a little YouTube video or something, and put it down in front of me, so I just have something to do with my brain while I'm braiding. And again, once you reach where you want your bun to sit, you can just braid a couple inches or all of it normally. It can be kind of cool to stick this part in a bun and just like let it be like this braided little thing. Wait, that's cute. I mean, you see? Totally up to you. Braid a couple inches, braid it all, do what you want. So the first thing I like to do if it looks a little scalpy and I've taken those horizontal sections in is I like to just comb with my fingers, and sometimes that just kind of disrupts everything enough. You can pull at the sections next to it like we did with the fringe braid. You can also loosen up the braid if you want it to be bigger and fluffier, and that will typically help with any like scalpiness as well. And also, scalp is not a bad thing. If you like the look, leave it. Totally great. I'm just giving you options. And then if you have any little braid flyaways, which you might have a lot of if you have very short hair, you can always just put a bobby pin onto the flyaway, direct it underneath the braid, and pin up and into the braid. That way, the bobby pins stay hidden and the outside of the braid hides everything. There's a couple ways you can finish this off. You can take this hair tie out and then bring the braid and all of this hair together and replace it, or you can just put a second hair tie on to catch the braid, which I think is easier. I'm actually gonna do a little scrunchie. I'm having fun with it. All right, let's just like twist this loosely so you can still see the braid there because she looks cool. I'm just gonna like tuck the end of the hair into the scrunchie. Bet you didn't know you were gonna learn a bunch of different bun methods in this video. Put a little bobby pin in there to hold the braid. All right, let me go spray these guys and then we'll finish this up. And that is how to do the Dutch braid at the back of your head. I hope that this has helped you in that endeavor. Obviously, I went very high with this one and very little with the bun. Obviously, you can style this so many ways. You can do a bigger, looser bun, a ponytail. You can have the hair up here so much looser. Whatever you want to do, I just think the braid is such a nice way to get those baby hairs out of the way and looking styled. And there you go, guys. Those are 8 ways to deal with the baby hairs at the back of your neck. I really hope this has helped because I know this is a problem that plagues most of us with hair long enough to put in a ponytail. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps support my channel and I really appreciate that. Also, if you're new here, you can hit the subscribe button to join the Braidaholic family here on Kayley Melissa and keep learning cool stuff about hair. And of course, all of you guys can hit that bell icon to be notified every single time I post a new video. But that's it for today. Whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye! My ancestors helped design the rockets that sent man to the moon and I fixed my fingernail with clear elastics. Also, yes, my granddad worked on Gemini through Apollo missions. My mom worked on the International Space Station, and I do hair on the internet.